All right, let me just check that I've got it on the right place. That's right. And if by any chance I do need to break off for the dogs, I'll pause the recording and make sure we get the right amount of time. At the end, it'll
Okay,
all sound like one thing to you,
that's
hopefully.
fine. That's fine. You can't
Okay.
help these things.
No, it's so difficult because she's still got enough life in her that I feel like I was murdering her. She was put to sleep, but it's getting
Yes,
very difficult.
yes, yes,
Anyway,
yes, I'm sure.
right, let's talk about your Bella.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so I know and you know that there's no quick fix and it's hard work, but I'd like to know how you've been getting on.
Um, been getting on okay.
You've made some
Yes.
progress, do you feel?
Uh, well, the best thing for me is understanding the problem as you expressed it, which has meant that I now recognize more. Um, I recognize the problem when she gets overly anxious or overly difficult. I can usually trace it back to because we've had a difficult day or what, something like that. So that helps because that gives me a bit more patience with her. So that's a good
Yeah.
thing.
You know she's doing it not because she's feeling very uncomfortable, not because she's being naughty.
Yes, exactly,
Mm.
exactly.
Mm.
It was just understanding that. So that's good. So I've tried lots of the different. I mean, she's lying there very quietly now. I don't know whether she'll hear anything because things in the house are still a major problem to her.
Yeah,
And
right.
um, quite honestly, you don't get a lot of warning sometimes.
No,
Sometimes you
no.
get a warning and she looks up and she's, or you happen to be there. Sometimes she just, it sort of barks.
I reckon you should blitz this, like say for a few days, absolutely blitz it. Have the food on with you all the time now, and it's like do ad hoc, deal with things. You can't plan it because you don't know they're going to come ever.
No, no.
So, and the thing is, you need to react the same way, whether or not she barks, whether or not yes. So, what I would do, I'd really concentrate for a while on every time there's anything that is going to alarm her that she hears. Now, then, first of all, she might not bark, but of course, well, one of the things will be she'll suddenly look like that, and you can immediately do your marker word. What did you choose? Was it yes?
Yes,
Yes, so
yes.
immediately if she just cocks her ears or anything, go yes, and chuck her a bit of food. Okay, even if she does that. Now, the other thing is if you hear a noise and she doesn't react at all, say yes and chuck her a bit of food. So do it on all of it. And of course, if she does bark, try to catch it immediately and exactly the same thing.
So just as soon as she starts barking,
Yes,
yeah.
because remember, you're not rewarding barking. Not in this
Mm,
particular case. It's not the barking is a symptom of what she's
mm.
feeling.
It mostly, if when mostly when I say yes, and then I have a distractor or cuddle her or she has food or whatever. So it usually works. It's just that she is still enormously barky and more.
Well, exactly. But
But,
what you're just saying, then you're not being consistent. Yes is like a clicker. If you click or you say yes, you can't sometimes give her a cuddle, sometimes say good girl. So it's got to be followed by food. She's got to know exactly what's going to happen. Or maybe the ball, but I would say mostly food. You can't just tell her it's all right or cuddle her after you've said yes. Yes is a marker so that she knows when she gets the food exactly what she's getting the food for.
yeah,
Okay,
I don't always have food on me. I
put
mean,
it to
I
keep it in your pocket.
well, I don't always have pockets. I don't always have thing. I mean, I might,
Okay.
if I'm just coming downstairs, I do what I can. So
I
that's
think
fine.
have a little bag or a pouch or something. I know it's not easy, but being consistent, I know it's really, really tricky. Don't worry. I mean, I do understand this. It's easy for me to sit here saying, do this, do that, the other. But the more consistent you are, the more likely it's going to be to work. Because if you do exactly the same thing every time, there will come a time when she hears something and he's not too loud or whatever, she's going to look at you and she's going to say, okay, where's the food? And that's lovely because she's thinking, I've heard something that worries me, and you're going to back me up. You see, so I reckon you blitz this for a few days, have a
We'll
power
see how it goes. Yeah, see how it
so
goes.
you've
Because the
got food with
garden
you
is
all the
better.
time.
The garden has got better
Good.
from
Well
that
done.
point of view. She's less anxious in the
You're
garden,
not
and
leaving her out there anymore now, though you're going out
no,
with
no,
her.
no, she's not left out there. She can't look
Brilliant.
out the window, so she doesn't
Well
get
done.
distressed by
Well,
looking out
that's
of
a
the
good
window at all.
start. That really is a good start. You've got three things, haven't you? You've got in the garden, in the house, and when you're out.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
I
So
think
the anxious. Sorry, did you say want to say something? Well,
I I'm finish your sentence, mother, but I was gonna I had a comment. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
fair enough. You were just one thing that I think Mum alluded to it earlier, but one thing we've sort of observed since the last session is that she's done well on the things that Mum, or some of the things that Mum has been trying to deal with based on advice she gave last time. But she has definitely sort of started doing new things, which
Yeah, yeah.
we that are a bit distressing. I mean, the main one that comes up to me as someone who visits semi-regularly is she can be quite she's because she used to be quite sort of aggressive with people she didn't know terribly well, as in like she'd sort of bark and sort of I don't know what the other terms are, but basically sort of have a sort of aggressive pose, not do anything, but then calm down after a few minutes. And she's been doing that more consistently with, say, me and Pauline and various people that she didn't used to do before with people who she was familiar with.
she hasn't done it with me, but I have noticed that although the garden's improved, she's now worse in the house. So I think, for example, I sneezed and she growled at me for 5 minutes afterwards.
Well, that frightened her, didn't it?
Yeah, I understand why, but
Yeah. It's
it's almost
difficult.
like her telling me off for actually, how dare you make that noise, sort of scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
feels like although she's improved in these specific areas we were looking at last time,
yeah.
it's gotten
Well, we
worse.
did look specifically at the house as well. Um, I suspect it's not consistent enough. It is difficult. And things never stay the same. Often one thing gets better and then another one crops up.
Yeah.
But it is all part of the same problem. It's almost like you're shaking a jar with sediment in, and it's sort of
Yeah, I understand that it's not. It's not. We're
it
just really saying well how she
no,
has
no,
been.
I get that. I
Yeah,
get
we
that.
don't. It's nothing. We
And I
okay.
think, but what Will says is that it's probably part of the pattern as you go by. One thing you deal with it and makes another one worse. Right, we move on to that one now. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One thing I was just going to mention is that she got very, very frightened when it was very windy. It was very windy. The apples were falling off the trees and everything, and
yeah,
she was shaking and shaking for hours, literally hours. Which was I didn't notice that last year, and it was quite windy here last year. So that was sort of a new thing that
well,
I
the thing is
noticed, and she was
also,
shaking.
Marianne, you said when she was younger, she wasn't a particularly fearful puppy. So fear is something that seems to be growing in her, isn't it?
Yes,
If you see what
I
I
think
mean.
so.
You had a theory on that, Pauline, didn't you?
Yeah, so I think she was fine, I think, up until the point where there was a lot of movement, which was unavoidable. So Marianne moved house and then went to what was Nana's flat for a period. And then I think it was probably only about 3 months later you moved here, Marianne. And I feel that
Yeah,
all that movement, she was probably about one and a
She
half.
had a guard. She had a not big, but like a guard, like a square guard, like a garden.
she could run around in anyway.
Yeah,
She could
well,
run
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Yeah,
Then she went to the flat which didn't have any garden,
yeah.
and
And
then the
here she
new
can't run around.
house is yeah, the garden's about a third the size of the previous one, so she can't really run around in
She
it.
can't run around really.
She
Well,
can run, but not like in big
Not yeah.
no.
circles.
And because yeah, I don't. This isn't necessarily related, but because her recall is so
Yeah,
unpredictable,
yeah.
I do let her off every now and again when I know when I'm 99%
Mm.
sure it's safe for her. But even the other day, she went after what do you call it? A land. What do you call it? The thing
Hand
that
glider.
takes off. Sorry,
Hang glider.
yeah, a person in a hang glider. She sort of ran across 2 fields to
It's
try
not
and.
really, I would have her on a long line. I mean, I think we probably
Well, I do.
give exercise too much weight, if you like. So the things that are best for her is being able to sniff and to go out and have different experiences and feel safe.
Yeah,
I hire a dog field once a week for my greyhound because I can't have him running free. He might see a very small dog or a squirrel or a rabbit or something, and it would not be good.
yeah, yeah. No, I don't. I don't. She's off the lead very little.
Yeah.
Only when I'm pretty sure of her. But
Yes, well, you don't want
I get. She goes to training classes, and they encourage. They're very much anti. Well, the idea is that you're working towards them not being on a lead really as much as possible. But
well,
I'm trying it.
they're only interested in training, really, aren't they? Not in what she's feeling. Because
Anyway, that's not. It's by the by.
yeah, it is, isn't it? But
She finds the training helpful though. Like both you, Marianne, and Bella enjoys it, and that
Oh,
helps.
she really enjoys
she
it.
enjoys it, does she? Oh, good.
Yeah.
So
She
she
really
likes other dogs, doesn't she?
Well, she likes them, but because I haven't got any friends with dogs, she doesn't have any friends. So so the only contact she has is the close contact is with the training, other people in the training group, really, because she obviously stays away from other dogs as much as possible, apart from when she goes to daycare very infrequently if no one can look after her. And
how does she get on there?
Well, she loves it. She loves going.
Well, isn't that good? Is she fearful and barky when she's at daycare?
not reported, have they?
They don't ever report that. They always say that she's been really good. And last time she went,
that's interesting.
They said, well, yeah, last time they went, she said they had a puppy coming, and she had been chosen to be the one to, play with it while she was there. So that was really encouraging as well.
Nice.
So, yeah,
that's interesting.
It might also tie in while we're on this topic around the vet, because when we do vet visits or when Marianne's done vet visits, she's had to get to a point where she leaves the room so the vet and the veterinary nurse can do their thing.
I heard that on the last thing. Yes, that.
Oh yeah, I can remember.
And it was the same as something else, wasn't it? Was it grooming? Yes, if you leave her, she's okay for the groomer.
Yes, so I'm making it worse, whatever.
She's protecting as well as.
Well, I think also it's because you've got tension, and she can she can smell it and feel it.
Yes, yeah, exactly, yes.
The cat, presumably, she's not met the cat.
She's not
allowed to meet the cat anymore because she gets
so Chloe.
The cat's stressed by it, but Bella gets so
excited,
shouty and
wild. We have a shut door between them, basically. So
we don't even have that in this house because we tried that in the last house and it didn't.
No. But Bella's outside, Chloe's inside.
Oh yeah, they've seen each other through a patio door. Recently.
Does Bella go to your house, Will?
No,
not inside.
She's not allowed inside, basically, and she's allowed in the garden, but only when we know and have shut the cat in.
Oh, because of the cat.
Yeah,
because she's got her. It's not Bella's fault. It's a breed thing, but she's got a high sort of chase drive.
Oh, so definitely, it's rather like trying to put my greyhound with the cat.
I think she gets. I don't think it's aggression towards the cat, and but I think she does get excited by the cat and want to chase her, and that stresses Chloe out, which sends her upstairs. So,
right, okay. Well, what we need to try to see, let's see if we can get in a nutshell what's still happening and what we can do.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So we know she's getting a bit better in the garden. So carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
While she's still reacting to things she hears outside and knows that barking at them stops them, makes them go, basically, it's going to carry through to when she's out, if you like. So, we still made a bit of improvement on the garden bit, but we need to make much more improvement on the house bit, really, by the sound of it.
Yes, yeah.
I think blitz it for a while. All right. Don't go half-hearted at it. Blitz it. It'll become a habit. You'll be listening out just as she is for us, slightest noises and anything which you think might upset her. Don't wait until it started upsetting her. Anything,
Yeah.
just slight noise, anything else, somebody knocks on the door, you hear something, you haven't got a letterbox, have you? You hear, I don't know, somebody distant car door slam, anything you do, just immediately do your yes, and just you could use her kibble. Just roll a little bit of food.
Mm.
I
Right.
think the thing we're really struggling around in the house is she's reacting to things we can't even hear.
Well, exactly what I'm saying. The fact you know her ears are an awful lot better than hers. So yes,
Yeah.
you need to do this. First of all, if you see her just perk up slightly, just assume she's heard something and go, yes, and throw food. If
Okay.
you hear something and she doesn't react at all, do exactly the same thing. All right. So she's
Mm.
only got to just look up for a minute. You know it's because she's heard something. I mean, she's
Okay.
not going to just look up for no reason, is she? She's going to, she's heard
Mm.
something's happened, or something's happened that might alarm her. Catch it. Just quick, yes, and chuck food. Okay.
Mm.
So do it every time because I think if you can do it with all of them, she's got to know what yes means. Yes doesn't mean sometimes told you're a good girl. Sometimes it means a cuddle. Some yes is followed by food because the trouble is if you get yourself in the picture, then all your own feelings are joining in. So you say to her yes and you give her a cuddle. It's like your thing. All your emotion is going into her as well. It's nothing to do with you, if you like. It's
Mm.
between the noise and the food.
Mm.
So that noise, remember the train analogy, that noise triggers food, or the noise she thinks she hears, the noise she looks like she's heard, or the noise you can hear. All this, all it does, it triggers a bit of food. And she's got to know it does that. And it's not to do with you, it's to do with the food. Do you see?
Yeah.
Because you're counter conditioning her to the sound. And whatever reaction she has to the sound, whether it's peaceful and calm, whether it's barking, whatever it is, doesn't it's not what you're dealing with. You're dealing
Right.
with the sound. Do you see? I know it's
Yeah.
ever so difficult to get your head around it,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand. I understand.
but I suggest you blitz it. And remember this curve of change thing. I might have done that. This, in a way, what's been happening. When you start working on something, things tend to go better quite quickly. And then it's like you get a little bit complacent, or the dog wises up and it goes down again. And so it's almost like then you hit reality and the actual curve is much slower now. Um, so that's the sort of change you get. So if you start working something well, you'll find it's 2 or 3 days. This is a really good doing well. Then you'll find it plunges.
Mm.
And like someone like dogs testing the system. Keep your nerve and keep doing it. Don't
Yes.
change what you do. Keep doing it because you'll come out the other side.
Yes. The other thing is sometimes she comes up and barks at me. I don't quite know what to do when she does, whether she's
Well,
doing that because she's asking for food, or she knows that if she barks, she gets food. So
oh,
she
does she?
doesn't
Oh,
appear
I
to have a
see. But that's, yes, I don't think, yes, I can see what you're saying. She comes up to you and bark, 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 give me food.
yes
Okay,
sort of
because
thing. Yeah.
you think because you've done yes and you're giving her food when that you're rewarding her for barking. Well, you're not rewarding her. That barking, I don't think it's like she's not associating the food with barking. She's associating the food with I would, there's no connection. If she comes to you and barks,
Yes.
she might be barking for food, but I don't think it's because you've been pairing food with the other type of barking.
Right. It's not she's thinking if I do that, I'll get food.
Yeah, well, she's tried it once or twice and she probably has got food.
Well, I get a bit confused. I don't know what to do when she just comes
Well,
and
she comes
barks
and
when
looks
there's
at you.
nothing.
Well, if she looks at you and barks, can I have food? I want food, I'm barking. You say no.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
if
I think
it's a different thing altogether because when she's barking because she's alarmed, it looks like that she's not asking you for anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But this is where being consistent is going to count. So you need to do it when she's not barking as well, when there's a slight sound, even if she's not barking.
yeah, yeah.
Barking, whether she's barking or not, needs to be irrelevant.
Okay.
Do you see?
Okay, I
It's
get
not what
that.
you're dealing with. It may be a little bit of the misunderstanding with you and with her, if you like, might be a little bit of the downside, of, you know,
Yeah, that's okay.
the thing to do is just stand quite firm and never give her food when she's barking.
Yeah, I think there is a distinct difference between when she's coming to you for food, Marianne, and when she's
Mm.
anxious, because she's
Yes,
normally
yeah.
gone to seek you out and has barked, and she's barking at Marianne, and she
That's
doesn't
exactly right, Pauline.
with
The thing is, when she's barking,
anxiety.
at Marianne, she'll be looking at Marianne if she's
Yeah,
barking for food. But when she's hearing something, she's not
Yes,
really
looking at,
looking at
yes, she's,
you.
yeah, that's true.
She might
and she's
eventually think,
barking.
"Oh, I heard something, right, Marianne? Give me a bit of food." Well, you would then.
Yes, yes. Well, yes, yeah,
Mm,
that happens in the garden, actually. That's what happens in the
yeah,
garden most. Mm,
yeah. I think possibly you've changed the rules just a little bit for
mm.
the thing, and I think now I'd get it sort of tighten it up a little bit and be consistent. Let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I would expect that over about 3 days you'll notice a bit of improvement, and then you'll
Mm,
probably have a downturn for a couple of days.
mm.
And
It's,
that's it's working through that and sticking with
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
so it's
Mm.
probably 3 days when you're fully at home, Marianne, if that's possible, I think, rather than going out. Do you have
You
three
see,
days?
there's the other thing, isn't it? Which will be interesting to know if, when you're not there, when she's all alone, whether she still gets frightened and barks at these noises.
She doesn't
You'll need
bark.
a camera.
Well,
You need to
we've
see.
done the camera.
Yes, I've got the camera.
Right.
But
Well, of
I haven't watched her all the time. Well, I can't watch her all the time when I'm
course you
out.
can't. No.
So I just would check in and
Yeah.
see what she's doing, which is mostly when I've seen her, she's been sitting at the top of the stairs, just sort of with her head either
That's
asleep or,
interesting. Yes. So she's quite relaxed. So it sounds,
yeah.
it might be worth actually sitting down and watching it for about 15 minutes for just to see, because it would be quite interesting to know that it's when you're about that she's more likely to be alarmed. I mean,
Mm,
if it's the thing you're saying about the groomer and you're not there, she feels better. It'd be
yeah.
interesting to know how much maybe she picks up in your emotion. I would take a look at it and see. I mean, you can record it, can't you, and watch it later.
Yes, it has got that capability.
Oh, can you? Can you?
We
That
just need,
might be. The thing is that where I know when I turn it on sometimes, I think it turns round and it makes her sit up and look because it
Yeah,
makes
it
a
turns
little.
itself on is the trouble. But
Pardon?
I guess if you leave it open, then it will stay
yeah,
running.
Right.
and
Okay.
we just need a memory stick to go in it, and I've got those, so I can see what
Okay.
memory stick it takes,
Okay.
I think
SD
it
card or
really would
whatever.
be worth looking at that.
Okay.
Quite interesting to know if
Yes.
She
Yeah.
she's still reactive when I'm there, when I've dog sat and Marianne's out though, so it's not just with Marianne, but it's with someone in the house, and
it'd be interesting if there's nobody in the house. Whether
yeah, I think
the thing
she
about it is, the whole thing of her general arousal levels, a stress bucket, and so on. If every day she's left and she's panicking, you're never going to get past it.
No, but it sounds. I mean, I'm beginning to accept that I probably, if this is how she is, and this is,
Well,
which
there's a
is,
few
it
things you
seems
could
to be.
perhaps do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
Apart
mean,
from the
she was
fact of
always.
keeping her away from the front, and you've put frosting on windows and stuff, haven't you? Stopped her seeing out.
I just have the curtains all shut when
And
she's. Yeah.
upstairs, you don't let her go up and watch out of that window.
No, no, she can't look. She can't see anybody out at all because
Okay.
she upstairs it's the curtains and downstairs she can't see out anyway. So
Right.
yeah, but I mean what I mean is if she's barking while I'm here
Mm.
and she's barking, it doesn't really. I see. I understand what you say, but if she's barking when I'm here anyway, and she's barking when I'm not here,
But
it's
when you're there, you're dealing with it. So,
yeah.
and also, I would say when you are there and you do deal with it, it's like, yes, chuck her food. And if she carries on barking, you could try a second yes and food and then just walk away. You've done your bit. Don't, feed into it.
Hmm.
If you like. I was thinking of something else. I can't remember. It'll come back in a minute.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, something to do with hmm, whether you're alone. Oh, what was it? Sort of uh, something to do with her being alone. Yeah, yeah, yes. Oh yes, I was thinking yes. When you do go out, put some background music or something on.
Yeah, she has the radio on or the television, or
When you
sometimes
want,
both.
when you really want something calming,
Oh
something
yes, it is
consistent and
calming. It's either
boring.
it's either I choose the TV programs
Well, they have
deliberately.
adverts and things, you don't
Well, they
want
might
to.
do, but I can only do what I can do. I put on
Well,
things
you
that
have
are
Alexa.
Yeah,
yes,
most of the time
she
you've got classic FM on
she
there.
has classic on FM on in the
Yeah,
kitchen, and then
yeah.
in the living room. If it's the evening, I put the telly on and leave the telly on,
Okay.
just in the evening with all the
Right. So I
lights
think
on.
that's so you need to have background something because that helps to deaden the noise a little.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so I do that.
Yeah.
But she's what I was going to say. Something that we that worked well, didn't it? Where if people come here and they come and sit down first, and then Bella comes to
And bring
see
her.
here, that
Yeah.
worked really well.
Oh,
Yeah, that
perfect.
works.
Good.
Yeah, that works well.
Good.
She's just very much calmer, and she sort of goes around everybody to see who's here.
Yes, it's
And
uncanny, really. Well, you can see how when you're out, if she's already in the place, and then people start walking towards her and walking near her and
yeah,
walking about. I'm sure if for them, if when you go, if they're already there, and if they'd sit down and stay still, then you walked in and they didn't move about at all, she'd probably be all right.
yeah, yeah.
And I know it doesn't work like that, but
No.
dead dogs are usually a lot better. And the other thing is the trick of letting her trail a lead around.
Yeah, yes. I think we thought about doing that, but I haven't really needed to do that. Or did I do it once? I think I can't
You
remember.
did it
Anyway,
once, I think.
did I? Okay.
If it's if you have somebody around who say they want to go to the toilet or something, and when they come back in again, she's worried, if you've got the lead on, you can either just hold it or you can walk her out and wait till they're sitting down and bring her back in again.
And when I had somebody here and she was staying and I had to go out to the shop or something for 5 minutes or something, I shut her in the room rather than, Rosamond say, oh, it's fine, whoever it was. It might be your mum actually, Pauline. It's fine. And but I didn't trust her, so I left her in the room. So she couldn't.
Yeah, sensible.
I think the other thing, what I remember from when my mum stayed was I think my mum stood up unannounced. I don't know where she was
Oh,
going.
yes.
Bella was at the door I think Bella just saw her in her peripheral vision. She didn't move particularly suddenly. She literally just stood up from the couch and didn't say she was going the loo or whatever. And Bella literally.
It took her by surprise, didn't it?
Yes.
You can see why it happened. And
Yes. Yeah.
It's difficult to manage the guests, I suppose, in that situation because
yeah.
when I go to someone else's house, I don't instantly say,
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting
know, but the basic thing is that Bella's bucket's too full.
Yeah.
So she's ready to jump at the smallest thing. So I reckon the basic thing is to keep on all the time doing everything you can to stop it getting because it's all as a result of it being up here and the slightest thing sends her over,
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, have you had a word with the vet about any medication to help her?
No, I haven't. No.
I know it means taking her to the vet, which is when did you last go to the vet?
What was the last thing she had? She had something quite recent. Oh, the seed in her ear. I think that might
right. Because the vet, I mean, if there might be, if you talk to the vet, they might be able to prescribe her something which will help calm her down a little bit, make her a little bit less anxious. There's various medications. And the vet will only do that if he's seen her within a year, I think it is. But if you've seen her within the last year, know how much she weighs for the sort of the. You might find it's worth having a word and seeing if you can be prescribed something. I mean, there's things for fireworks, for instance. I don't know if you've heard of Sileo. I mean, that is just for if you know in advance you're going to get such fireworks, you rub it on their gun. And it really is brilliant. It lasts for about an hour. So it lasts for that particular firework thing, and then it goes. It's not something you give regularly.
Yeah.
But there are things which can help.
Yeah. Okay.
It would be worth it, if you could take that top edge off, make the bucket sort of a little bit. It might, does you're really working hard at it. It could help you.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Well, while we're on the topic of medication, what are I'm only thinking about a rescue or foster that you had, Marianne, before. What are your opinions on thunder jackets? Are they beneficial or not?
Oh, right. I think it's in something like 30% of cases they're very good, or maybe more. Most they've got as I remember it, they have a thing where you can get your money back if they don't work because they accept that with some people they don't work, some animals, but in sometimes they're really, really good. Excuse me a minute. But to use it properly, you don't just put the thunder shirt on the dog.
Mm.
You need to almost put the thunder shirt on the dog at a time of day when you're quiet and comfortable together and she's already happy. So that in a way, the thunder shirt gets associated with feeling calm and happy. Didn't do it very much, but then you can put it on before you go out or before noise or something.
Things like
Because
that.
otherwise, if you only put it on her when she's upset, she'll start associating the thunder shirt with being upset.
Right.
Excuse me.
All right.
Labrador's moving.
I was going to say, do you want to get a drink or something?
No, well, I might
get the dog going.
Yes, she's blind and deaf. That's the thing. So I
So
can't.
you've got a bit of a challenge. Oh. Right. What else was I going to say?
You wanted to ask Marianne, I think, about holidays and things like that, I think.
Oh, yes. I was going to ask about holidays. Well, I was going to ask your opinion about the dog care thing because when she was a puppy, I was working 1 day a week, so she went to daycare 1 day a week from quite a young age, and she was quite anxious at the beginning. And then she sort of, they always said she was fine when she was there, but I, she was anxious when it was time to go and everything. So I know she was anxious then, but then she absolutely loved it. And so when I moved here, I can't remember what happened in the meantime. But anyway, so when I came here, I just thought she might like to go to the daycare whenever I can't do it. When I can't look after her, I'm going out for it. So she now goes to daycare every now and again.
You said though, haven't you? She's very good at it.
And she really likes it. But when I've read up, sort of the reports she'd already had her first experience, and because of, I don't know, the reactivity with other dogs, I thought, oh dear, I've done a terrible thing. She's now, it's too late. She's already been to daycare where they say it's not so good for her to have run around.
Well, who says that?
It just from what I've read on, reasons why dogs behave like they do. So I just thought I'd ask your opinion on what you thought. Was there
a big drop in her anxiety, big increase in her anxiety levels and her behaviour when she started going to daycare?
No, I wouldn't have said so. I think
in a way now you've got your
now you
do, isn't it? Either you go out and she feels stressed, or you give her a daycare and she feels stressed. It sounds to me as if she actually, what you said, that she's quite good with daycare.
She likes it, so it's not so in your opinion, it's not. I'm not making things worse by sending
not on the information I've got.
No,
I mean, if they had lots of unruly dogs and and they had wild play and never put down to rest and have a bit of a break, and there are too many dogs and not enough people, all those sort of things, it can be
chaotic. It's hard to know, but it's all very controlled, and they have little pens for them that they put them in at lunchtime and things. Individual place, and they can go in there anytime they like and things like that. So I mean, I think it's.
You could always have a little word with them, say you're really working on her anxiety. So if there are things which seem to upset her, could she be put in her little pen area or something?
Yes, I could ask them. Actually, I haven't actually spoken to them about. They always just say she's had a lovely day. She's the best dog ever, and
well, I think you ought to be glad, really.
Yeah, I think also when I've dropped her off there, because I've dropped her off a few times, when she realizes you're there, she's exceptionally excited. So she's literally dragging you there to go in.
She absolutely,
she does really love it, and then she comes back all tired because she's ran around with dogs all day, and they do plates on the dogs as well. I think they said they sometimes struggle at getting her to go into the rest pen so she actually has a rest.
What it might
Yeah.
be interesting is when she's come back from all that excitement, how reactive is she no, with noises when she gets home, when she's at home, or is she just zonked out?
Not
She's usually zonked, I think. That not I haven't noticed.
Right, so that's interesting,
Yeah,
isn't it?
usually.
I
Yeah.
also, I think also, I know you say exercise isn't as important as a mood, but I think she's worse if she's not had too long walks. Because sometimes if I'm there just for the day,
Yes.
which happens sometimes and I'm working, it's very
Mm.
difficult for me to walk her at the same time as what Marianne might do, and she may
Mm.
only get one walk that
Mhm.
day. And I
Mhm.
think it either has a knock-on effect either the next day or on the day itself,
Mm.
depending. That's my opinion.
I'm not
I
saying exercise already, I do think is good, but if you, on the balance of things,
Mm,
mooching, sniffing, and having plenty of time, but not necessarily running around, certainly not chasing things, it's
mm,
probably better for her if you don't want her to be reacting to noises, if you see
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean. Because although a lot of exercise and all that running around with other dogs, okay, she comes back zonked, but her bucket has gone up. So I would
Yes,
imagine it's
yeah.
very likely the next day she's going to be more.
Yeah, jumping. Yes, that's exactly what I was,
You
yeah,
see, so
noticing, that
and the
sort of
thing
thing.
is, it's such a difficult balance.
Hmm.
You know, if she was a dog which didn't have these problems, I don't think she could have any amount of exercise. It'd be great.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
thing
No, a
is
lot
what
of our walks, particularly with me, not necessarily with other people, are just her sniffing whatever she wants and just,
yeah,
spending as long as she wants, really, because
yeah.
yeah. But and the yeah, so the other thing apart from the daycare was boarding kennels for put if I go away, because we've never done that, and Karen's always come and had a look,
Yeah.
and looked after her. But if I'm going to go away with Karen, which is what I'm planning next year, I was thinking she's probably best to go in kennels because they have a system, they'll be organized and have a routine, and she'll know what she's doing more than if, well, trying to
Hard to
manage
say,
her.
isn't it? She'll be surrounded by other dogs and an awful lot of barking. That's the only
Yeah,
problem with kennels.
yeah,
And
yes.
that could really what about but does the daycare person do boarding?
They do boarding, so that is an option. It's just that they've just had new management, and I don't even know if they're going to stay as a kennels because I think they're selling off the land to making houses. So I just rung up another place that does boarding, and they do sort of day every now and again. So I'll try and send her there
Yeah.
for a day and see how she gets on with them and what they're like, with a
The
view to.
actual boarding kennels would be a totally unknown thing to her, wouldn't it?
Yes, yeah, it would.
And I think that
probably worth
often there's a
mentioning
lot of barking dogs.
yeah, it's probably worth mentioning how she was at that house though, Marianne, when
Yeah, at the house it didn't work. I think I said last time that she went and stayed the night, and because obviously it was like a house, and the woman just had the dogs downstairs in the kitchen. But because it was just Bella's first time, it was just Bella on her own in the kitchen, and so she just cried all night, and
Oh
so
dear,
it didn't
that's no
really
good, is it?
work out.
What
No.
would be ideal would if the dog minder she's already used to would have her for the time.
Yeah, so I thought I would try and probably maybe get this other one to go for days, and then she'd be more used to
What's
it when she
Pauline
came.
doing while you're away?
oh,
Well, I've
um,
already.
it depends
Well,
on
she can't.
work.
The problem is she can't stay with us because
Because
of the
of the
cat.
cat.
So we'd have to go and stay at mum's,
Yeah.
which is just difficult with work commitments.
But actually, not you necessarily, but some dog sitters will do that. They'll come and dog sit and house sit, won't they? They come and so
Yeah,
maybe if somebody came to your house.
well, I thought that wouldn't necessarily work because when she goes out for walks and things like that, because of how she is in the house, and when she goes out, she's actually quite difficult.
Mm.
I think also it depends on because around here they seem to be more from what I've seen on Facebook when I was looking for them, they tend to be more licensed for in their own homes. And the doggy daycare that she currently goes to is effectively a secure field, well managed, and a part of the boarding kennel. So they've got staff and people who she's there that she's been with, but that'll be different from the boarding kennels, and obviously it's a different
Oh,
environment.
absolutely. I think, I mean, Steve, she was my dog. I think I'd worry about boarding kennels because of all the chaos that, well, I know they got a routine, but I think an awful lot of unhappy dogs barking for ages is
Yes, I'm sure.
too
I'm
much.
sure.
Whereas
I just thought
if somebody who was experienced came and lived in your house for a fortnight,
well, that's true, but as we know, Bella's
Yeah.
not very easy to manage on a day,
How is she with Karen? When you have her, Karen, how is she with you?
She's absolutely fine with me, but then I don't think I treat her in the same way.
How do you treat her?
I pay her less attention, I would say.
Maybe you're not so worried yourself.
No, I'm not worried. I think although Marianne's my sister, we're quite different characters.
Mm.
And I think I'm just more straightforward. And I don't, Marianne's very, obviously, she loves Bella enormously and talks to her all the time and strokes her all the time and bends down and talks to her a lot. It's like, because it's her companion and her friend. And my dog, well, we don't have a dog currently, but I don't treat her in that way. I don't perhaps give her as much attention.
How is she with the barking at sounds with you?
I don't think I've really noticed it. I think
it can't be so much then, can it?
No.
Is that in your house?
What I do, as soon as she does bark, I do sort of say something, but I have never done the rewarding of it, as in, having food on me or anything. I just
when you had I can't even remember his name. Oh, Arnie. When you had Arnie, it was a long time ago, and you went to a different train. You went to the training was different, or different. What's the word? Philosophy of
training. It was like more sort of Caesar Milan and punishment.
It was more, yes, alpha. You had to do everything first, didn't you? You had to eat first so that he was at second and things like that.
Oh yes, Jan Fennell, dog listener.
But to be perfectly honest, I mean, that lasted how long? Very little time.
What is interesting is that actually it looks like Bella isn't quite so worried about these noises and things because she's not picking up any anxiety from you.
I think
maybe she doesn't feel she has to protect you.
Well, that's two-sided, isn't it? Firstly, probably she doesn't have to protect me, but second, I don't worry about noises, so she doesn't worry about noises.
I think there must be a little bit of that in it, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a thing you need to just get a little bit less bothered, Marianne, if possible.
But I'm not bothered about noises.
No, bothered about her. Being
bothered about her. Well, I have to respond.
Yes.
I can't ignore her when she barks.
No. I mean,
anxious.
Respond like, as I say, I think the only way you'll stop her now is to go, yes, and chuck other food. Do our plan, but don't do it from the point of view, yes, food, don't get yourself involved, if you like. If she carries on, okay, just walk out the room. Okay, I've done my bit. That is the food, the sound pet. Maybe Karen has a point. If you are sort of engaging with her an awful lot all the time, maybe she does pick up much more on your emotions.
Yes, different sort of dog. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's what you need as a thing. That's why you have her, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that totally. Well, I would say do have a go. I've really blitzed it for a couple of weeks. Do you know what I would say? I would say let's call it a day. Now I owe you a good 15 minutes. Let's call it a day and do this for 2 or 3 weeks, okay?
Yeah.
And then book another, and we'll have another short session.
Okay.
Finished. I think that'll be more valuable, to be honest with you. Make some notes.
Yeah.
All right. Don't leave it too long though, because I shall forget. At least it's being recorded. I can.
Yeah. The reason I left it so long was because I had a massive big bag of Royal Canin that I wanted to change her onto a different food, which I've now done. And it's and it's been much better. She actually likes it and eats it.
What is it you got her on now?
It's called Ava or something.
Right.
And it's Cocker Spaniel, and it's just got ingredients in it like chicken, real things. And she certainly eats it every meal, which she just wasn't doing. So it's made a difference.
I put some. It's not mucky and smelly, is it? Put some. If you have a pocket, keep it in your pocket, or have a
I can do that.
Or make sure you wear clothes with pockets or something.
Yeah, I mean that is yes. That she doesn't tend to, or she wouldn't consider that food. But I mean, I can certainly give it to her as a treat to distract her.
If it's just a question of I'll say okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes. And chuck a couple of bits on the floor.
I can chuck it anyway, and she can. It will distract her, the fact that I'm chucking it.
Yes, and she'll, even if she doesn't eat it immediately, she'll still pair the sound.
Yes.
With the food drops from you, because
Yeah.
you've used the word when
as
soon as the sound, you've used that word immediately. It buys you time, basically.
Yes. Yeah. That'll work. Yeah. Okay. All right then. That's fine.
What I would do, and we'll catch up with it in 2 or 3 weeks. It'll be more useful, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to just turn the recording off. Hang on.
Okay.